Hello and welcome back to Dial H for Heroclix. I'm your host, Kalder Nest. This episode, I'm going to be joined by Bill Derochet and Johnny Sanders, the second place runner-up at our last Nebraska Tropical Regional. This is episode 472. Howdy, howdy. Let's get rowdy.
Do you really wanna click save?
Leadership,
Roll a six, make a move extreme.
token up,
Taking action from your team. I go straight to your start, hypersonic speed.
roll a 5,
Getting brave, hitting blades, cross fangs.
KO,
Stick and move, click a few just to hit a stop. Need a 3 CCE on a flurry close.
tear your dials apart.
Once the timer starts, do you really wanna click save? What's going up must come down. Do you really wanna click save? Baby, you got us bound. Find the word you soon become. You're the best, the judge is wrong, but you amplify the damage on. Roll your dice for initiative, son.
Dial H for Heroclix is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you find cool stuff in stock every single day, including all the latest Heroclix singles and sealed products. Make sure you check them out at CoolStuffInc.com. Use code DIAL5, DIAL5, for 5% off your Cool Stuff Inc. order. Joining me in the studio is Bill. What's going on, Bill?
Not much, Calder. Just hanging out, being in Detroit. One of the greatest places to live on the entire planet Earth.
All right. Okay. And we got Johnny, first time on the show. What's up, Johnny?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Excited.
Dude, absolutely. I'm stoked to have you on. I also realized during the intro, I said it was our 472nd episode. It is our 572nd episode. Awful, horrible, crazy, wild. Been going on too long. Really quickly, we're going to get to know Johnny. We know Bill. Bill's been here before, isn't that right, Bill? You've been around the Bill block a time or two.
I've been around the block, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Johnny, when did you start playing Heroclix? A little home venue action, a little first set you ever played in, some favorite figures from the early game. Let's go first set. What year did you start with?
Man, I was 8 years old. I think it was back in 2002, 2003. My friend, his older brother, had the starter set, the X-Men starter set for Heroclix. So I kind of got going right when the game was starting. Probably spent too much money on it as a kid going through. My favorite set had to be Supernova growing up with Super Skrull and Graviton and all those great guys. I kind of quit around high school, and then I got back into it around Wheels of Vengeance, and that was a really cool set to come back to.
Okay, right on. Do you have a favorite? So you said Super Skrull, Graviton, which are like amazing sculpts, by the way. Do you have a favorite figure from Wheels of Vengeance?
Oh, from Wheels of Vengeance. I actually just pulled Vengeance. This guy, big purple face, big motorcycle. He looked
Chase?
sick. I think, yeah, Chase. It was actually my very first Chase that I've ever pulled outside of a brick. Just kind of a random pack. I was like,
so
this
crazy.
guy's sick. Yeah, so I think, you know what? My boy Vengeance, I want to play him this Sunday.
Okay, right on. You got to choose the theme this Sunday too.
Oh yeah,
what are we playing? What are you making me play on Sunday?
We had a lot of 300 modern practice coming up. So I was like, you know what? No sideline, no equipment. We're just gonna do 400 golden. You got to do themed, and we're just gonna have a good old time.
Johnny, when I see 400 golden, all I can think of is a certain base, a certain undead zombie
base
that has a team on it. A full team of zombies on there. That's all I can ever think of. It's a theme,
I think
dude.
It's legal. I think that's
shout out Z-Virus theme team. Type
I
B.
think Golden. All I think is Mary Marvel.
Disgusting.
My girl. It's my girl.
Very bad. No good. I don't like her. Johnny, what would you say is your favorite Heroclix figure of all time?
That's so hard. You know what? Got to go with the original Despero. I actually had a new Despero just recently, Notorious. He was pretty cool, but it was the chess playing one. I like the big hulking out guy. So the OG Despero, where he's got the torn shirt and the 12 range with the psychic blast. Oh, he was so cool.
Okay. Is that the like Trinity War Despero, or is there like even the way
so.
older Despero? We're kind of talking about?
think
There's a few buff, beefy Desperos out there.
I'll have to look him up here. He's pretty old. Despero.
I think beefy Despero when I think Despero.
Well,
I guess
he's
just when I was
actually
reading
from-
comics when I was young, he was beefy, not like the chess playing Despero.
Justice League first appearance, Despero.
Looks like
Yeah,
Cosmic
I think
Justice.
Justice
is
League
his-
Unlimited.
Cosmic,
his
shout out
stat.
Cosmic Justice.
Yeah, long time. He had, dude, this guy, 144 points. I mean, little expensive, but he had
Yeah.
12 movement, 12, the 12 psychic blast, 8 range. This guy was a beast. Oh my gosh, back in the day, can't stop him.
Do you have a favorite team or keyword that you like playing?
Man,
Like
you
building
know
around?
what it is. It's robot.
Robot.
Every time I get
man.
a chance, I play robot. We'll talk about some robots today.
Brutal, dude. We will. I think it's good. That's a good segue. Bill, there were a ton of events this weekend. A ton of tropical. regional events this weekend.
There was a lot of events.
And you've got them all contabulated all up in the ELO, right?
I do. There's all kinds
For
of
the most part,
like,
they're all contabulated.
and contabulated. Yeah, they're all in there. I've got my abacus out. You know, it takes a while to do it with the abacus, with moving the beads back and forth and everything to figure out everyone's ELO. But yeah, it's up. It's
worth
up
it.
and available. Yeah, I mean, feel free to post.
We'll
it,
talk about
link in the show notes.
We'll talk about the coolest one, the best one. In beautiful, rainy, stormy Nebraska, we had that Saturday was just wild because woke up at like 6 a.m. Insane thunder, rain, whatever, storm, lightning, all that jazz. Classic storm type beat going on. Trees are falling down, power's out. I'm messaging Mike. I'm like, dude, are we going to be able to have this event? Like, does the store have power? Like, isn't anyone going to show up? All the people that said they would show up, will they actually show up? Because all the Sioux Falls guys that might come down, they got a 3-hour drive to get here, roughly. And I'm just like, dude, this is brutal. Honestly, we had more players than I thought we would. We had the grand total of 17 players, which I'm actually really stoked. So I was really, really happy about that. I think, Bill, you can attest this. I was so worried going into this event, and I think, every right to be. I was playing some real off-meta jazz, and I was struggling to find like a team. Hadn't played any 300 Modern really long time, and just wanted to try it out. And this was a team, besides locally.
We won't talk about our practice sessions, Calder. We won't talk about this.
Yeah, okay, but I will say there were some losses, but the biggest thing was there were some wins against the main force 200-point Kong, which I faced 0 of. Played none. I think there was one player that brought Kong, and that was about it, which is chill. That's fine. So I was all worried. I'll talk about my team because we won't talk about it for very long. My final standing in the event was 9th place. At the time of top cut, I believe I missed top 8 by about 30 points. Both games that I lost, I went 2-2. Both games that I lost were very low scoring. So I played against you the very first round, which just brutal. That map. Awful. Shouldn't have given it that to anybody until after the tournament. Honestly, that was just a horrible choice. That D&D map is tough, very tough against my team.
Agree.
I think had I been able to always get a clear target off of, like, if I was on the Tangle or something and it was my style playground, I think I don't know if I would have won, but I definitely would have been able to deal a lot more damage to Machine Smith and Kevin.
Definitely.
Match.
Absolutely.
But you had just great positioning, good position with Dumpster, good positioning just on that D&D map. I could really never target them, not meaningfully anyways. And so I scored like 50 points against you. It was tough.
I think it was, 55 or 70, something like that. You just got the Ghost Rider.
Yeah. The 2099. It's pretty cool. But it's like that was a brutal game. Next 2 games.
Actually, let me ask both of you guys a question, since I have not played on this map yet. Do you guys feel like this map is a real problem? Because it might not have come up in the actual matchup between the two of you. And I did watch it on stream. It's on stream. If anyone wants to go to the Dial H YouTube, you can watch this actual match. But there are instances where people can actually force someone to not, like, pop their starting line up one, and it's very wonky to me, where like I have some pretty serious issues with this map, but I'm not sure if you guys feel the same.
We didn't play on the side that only had 6 spots. I think that would have been really tough for me personally. I chose side, and yeah, so the side with 6 spots wasn't on mine or Johnny's starting area, but that can be tough where it forces. And yeah, you have a team of like 4, 5
Correct.
figures. Yeah, 4. Yeah, dude,
main force,
4 pieces. This guy. And so that actually didn't come up in our game. And I think I'd have to double check the sight lines. In the moment, it's really difficult. Never played on that map before. You already know the map is bad for your team. I didn't know if there was for some magical way that if I would have rotated it differently, I would actually have better sight lines. Honestly, I have no clue. But I definitely didn't have great sight lines on this one, but also just great positioning. But my team, really quickly to get into it, is I'm playing the Kooky Cap at 100 points because I love his shield bounce ability. I love that he can deal his full printed damage value to 3 targets, or he can just nuke somebody for 7. The way it works is that he can choose an adjacent square of blocking terrain or elevated, and then he can shoot as if he occupied that space. So you give him 3 shield, he's shooting 6 squares out, chooses that space, and then he shoots another 6 squares out as if he occupied it, which is really cool. So he's got a 12 range basically, which is really awesome. And I typically, running shot up 4 squares. That's the full map. That's the entire map, which is really cool. So I love it. I really like playing Kooky Cap. I think he's a ton of fun. In a world where everybody plays him at 25, I love playing him at 100. I had a few people talk about playing him at 75 that still want to use the ability, but maybe don't want to spend the extra 25 points to give him a base 4 damage or, 12 attack, whatever else. They want to really just min-max it a little bit, which is chill too. But I really like that ability, so I really wanted to use it. And then I have Hawkeye, Quicksilver, and Scarlet Witch, also with the Kooky gang. They are all at 25 points, just to use their traits, pretty much. Scarlet Witch has the Bag of Holding. Hawkeye has Trick Arrows. And then I have Caveman Wally West with the Longsword, Reverse Flash, totally raw, just nothing, unequipped. Then Perdegaton and Timebreaker are my main force. I have Mind Gem, Ares, Beetlejuice, Mimic, and the Treasure Chest on my sideline, just to kind of fill out any sideline spots. But that's basically my team. It's really just banking on Caveman and Wally, solid attackers, and then Captain America tossing the shield across the map. So Caveman and Wally are in your face, and then Captain America is just dealing a ton of damage all the way in my back row. There's some utility moving up Witch for some outwits. There's 4 probs on the team. It's pretty solid. So yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. That was my team. I went 2-2. I did fairly well against, I believe it was Mike, old Michael Palmer. Did good against him, won against him, and then I won against another team that was fairly difficult to beat, but then beat it. And so, but both those teams were 300 sweeps, and then both my losses were like 50-point losses. Did not beat Ethan Jacobs. Was my 4th round. Oh, I beat Simeon Bruce. That's who that guy was. I was like, who was the other opponent that I had? Simeon Bruce. I get it.
He's forgettable. He's forgettable.
He is forgettable. He's very forgettable. Not memorable in the slightest. Simeon Bruce. No, Simeon's game and eyes was just really, really rough. It was not. You can watch it on stream. It was a tough game. That was, I think, about any dice roll that could have went wrong for Simeon went wrong for him that game. And then he had really never played his team before. I think that was his first day running it, and it had some kinks for sure. It was tough. It was a pretty tough game. Sorry, Simeon. I love you, man.
Shout out, Simeon. Wherever you are.
Dang, savage. And then my last game against Ethan Jacobs, it was literally, I'm like, okay, he's got Wonder Woman out there. That's who he had for his Butterfly Column was Wonder Woman. He had Freya. I got stuck on another heavy blocking terrain map, which really, 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 really sucked. I got stuck on Bloodstone Maze. But I opted to go first, I believe, against him because he had Gladiator, Captain America. He had Colossus. I saw that he had Diana on his team, and I'm like, all right, well, if he chooses, that he didn't have like motorcycle with her, so I wasn't totally scared of her, but still he could have like flurried for free and dealt a ton of damage with, at the very least, that Captain America. So I'm like, all right, I'll choose to go first. I can get the drop on him because I also saw that he had the Tangle on his list of maps, and I was just hoping he would choose the Tangle. I was like, dude, if I get to go first and he chooses the Tangle, let's go. Because it's the only map I ever want to be on, really, is the Tangle. That did not happen. He chose Bloodstone Maze, and it just sucked. Sent Wally across the map, made 3 attacks, missed with all of them. I should also note, in our game, Johnny, I think I did crit miss with Wally while he was on his special.
That was very tragic. Yes, indeed.
Push.
Yeah.
Which was really funny.
That's rough.
But yeah, just had horrible dice rolls against Ethan Jacobs. Great player, though. He took home 3rd place overall in the event. But Johnny, why don't you go talk about some of your games? Because I scrubbed out. I got 9th place. So I don't think it matters.
Johnny, talk about the team first, of course.
Yeah,
of course. Team. So, thank you, Bill. Thank you.
I was playing Prime Colossus, but I was actually playing the robot theme, and I thought that was really important because I needed map roll big time. Just letting my opponent get maps, because last year I let that happen, and I was just not put in good situations. I needed to control it, so I needed to get theme in. So I decided to add Machinesmith to my team, make Colossus a robot, and then I could build off from there. It gives him shape change. And Machinesmith can't die if Colossus is still on the field. And surprise, surprise, Colossus is really, really hard to kill. So Machinesmith's not really going to go anywhere. And then I had Ghost Rider 2099 to kind of be one of my other main attackers. I had kind of a lot of equipment onto Ghost Rider. He had the Hell Cycle. He also had Chthon because he's mystical. And then I had some pilot options, either Darkseid or Thanos, which are giving him some pretty nasty stats. He usually had a 15 for 4, and I was just kind of zipping around the whole map with Precision Strike, killing whoever I needed to. And then lastly, I had Kevin to round out my robots so I could get some rerolls. I only had 4 main force characters, but it kind of worked out for me. I got to tuck Machinesmith and Kevin back, and then Colossus and Ghost Rider would kind of step out and do damage. I think the real kind of pivot for the team was the Bloodstone that I put on Machinesmith. Just cutting out other people's healing was huge. Not a lot of people brought the Bloodstone, so I was free to use the herb to heal up on Colossus and Machinesmith if they ever got down. But mostly my game was just kind of putting Colossus out there, dealing damage with him, and then healing whenever I needed to. And I think a lot of my opponents struggled to just do damage to my team overall. They'd try to kill Machinesmith, do 2 unavoidable to Colossus, and I can just heal up next turn, no problem. I ended up going, I think 5-2. Yeah, I think there were 7 games total. First one, against Kalder. That one was, I was kind of scared of your main attackers, especially the Wally West, because his triple attack can potentially do 6 unavoidable damage to Colossus. So that was kind of like my main priority to get rid of him. But I had a good first game. I think the only game I dropped before the final was again against Ethan Jacobs. He had a great team too, but he was also running Colossus. I dropped, I think, my first game against him, and then in top 4, I went against him again, and I was like, all right, we can't kill this Freya first. She just does too many crazy things and buffs way too many stats in the meantime. So I kind of left her for last, and I kind of just got to chug through his Colossus before he got through mine. And then last, against Lucas, he had the Collector. I kind of planned to go against a couple more Collectors, but there was only one that was played. I knew that he wasn't going to be able to collect my Machinesmith since Colossus was going to be on the field. And so the game was basically, he just needed to roll an 8 or 9 to collect my Colossus. And it went back and forth, back and forth. It was pretty darn close at the end. I think his Collector was maybe on click, I'll have to look him up, either click 7 or 8. And he was, I think, either 1 or 2 mind controls away from the game. And he got, I think it was like an 11 roll, and I made him re-roll an attack that I did not need to, and he ended up collecting Colossus, and that was the handshake. But I had a really good time. I think having theme helped me the most because I got map roll every game, and just constricting with that labyrinth, not being able to have my opponent target Kevin or my Machine Smith, it just really, really helped out. And then multiple perplexes as well. I think the defense values for games right now are crazy. I have to hit a 22, 23 most games. So having high attack values and multiple perplexes is what you kind of need right now. But I had a lot of fun. Again, ended up 5-2. Lucas is a great guy. If I was going to lose to anybody, I'm glad it was him.
No shame, obviously losing to Lucas.
Obviously, you only took home 2 losses. What do you think was the hardest matchup? Because obviously, I think Lucas was running that collector team you were kind of preparing for.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I think the hardest I kind of planned to go up against myself. So I was like, if I'm going against, another Colossus, what should I build around? I was really worried about Colossus, Hadari Yao. Didn't see one actually. I think sad. I don't know if there was one. Yeah, and then Collector. Ethan Jacobs' team was super solid with Freya. I think Freya is really, really good. People are sleeping on her. She needs to be part of more teams, especially with that triple prob. It's crazy. But just having those zones that I have to plan around, especially with the Colosseum, that gets me nervous when I'm going against somebody. It's just I got to come up with a whole new plan for these characters with their kill zones.
PlayStation 3 exclusive title, by the way, Killzone. Shout out Killzone. But yeah, no, dude, his team was just so stacked. I honestly, against him, I thought to myself, like, I should have just destroyed that marker right away. Took the damage. I don't know if he had Bloodstone on anybody. Doesn't mean double check. Because I was like, man, why not? He didn't have Bloodstone on anybody. I 100% should have just killed that thing right away. Against him, I was very much going for points too. There's a time where I just had what's his face? Oh my gosh, Quicksilver alive, and it took Quicksilver 2 turns to kill the Phoenix. I had just horrible dice. Literally like crit missed my first attack against him. Like, oh my gosh. And then made all my shape changes and like senses rolls for a turn, and then finally was able to kill the Phoenix the next turn. And I was like, you have to be kidding me. Oh my gosh. Brutal team. Colossus with Destroyer armor. I don't like it. I'm fed up. I'm done. I don't like the Destroyer armor. We can delete the third click. We can make the 201, please. I'd greatly appreciate that at the very least. He's got
certain Sinestro coming out that I think is going to be the answer to everybody's prayers.
I'm just not a Sinestro guy. I shouldn't really complain if I don't want to play the counter, I guess. But Colossus is just so nasty.
A couple figures already, like Mern and Jessica.
And I guess you know what? Andy's rotating. This is probably the only modern I'm playing the rest of the year until rotation. So I'm pretty stoked that more than likely Deadpool Weapon X. I'm like hoping and praying that set is out. Actually, I know a lot of people are oh man, I wish it was in for another round of modern. I'm like, nah.
I think most people would have to agree, especially with the Hell Cycle and the motorbike kind of leaving too. That really, I think building's going to be a little bit different now. It's going to be for the better.
I'm looking forward to it. I think post Land and Legacy, way different field. Besides our event, we had 2 other events on the 8th. One was in Australia here, which is pretty dang cool. They had a couple of players. Let's see, they had 8 players, and Mark Bird took home the win in Australia, going 5-0. His team, he goated. He's playing Captain America, the Colosseum Cap, Beta Ray Bill, Bloodstone, Spider-Man, the Asgardian Spider-Man with the longsword, which is crazy. Freya, Trick Arrows, and then the Pegasus Captain America. It is unthemed. It is almost an Asgardian theme team, I believe, but breaking theme is Gladiator Cap. I wonder if he was going for Warrior, and just Freya doesn't have Warrior, right? Yeah, Freya doesn't quite have Warrior, and then Gladiator Captain America is not Asgardian. He's given Asgardian vibes, but that definitely the comic he's from. He's not anywhere in or around Asgard. But that's fair. Dude, it's still like a legit team. A lot of stock clicks. A lot of brutal stuff to kind of get through here, honestly. Freya, a lot of clicks. Captain America, Destroyer. And it won. So it makes sense. So shout out Mark Bird over there. Down in Australia. What a guy. After that, we're going to go ahead and check out Bada Bing Bada Boom in the Philippines. They had a 9-player tournament as well. So some really cool international tournaments that I love seeing. And then old Larry won with Spirit of Vengeance, which is pretty cool. So Spirit of Vengeance, Kong at 50, Mern at 50, Brother Voodoo at 45 with the Bloodstone, and then Timebreaker, Beholder, Beetlejuice, Chthon, Man-Thing, Ultimate Hulk, and Yondu on the sideline. That's kind of crazy. Is Yondu cosmic? He is cosmic. Yondu has stop on his last click, power, so it's not right away, but it's choose another character in the range line of fire. If the chosen characters opposing, deal them 3 penetrating damage. Okay. Or you heal that character 3 clicks this game. They can use cosmic energy. Then you kill Yondu. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. And then Man-Thing as a pilot getting popped out. Burn, poison. When he uses it, he instead deals damage equal to half his click number rounded up. So he'd be doing 3 damage with poison. Okay, pretty legit on his stock click. He's also 12, 4, 19. When this click is revealed, after as soon as you generate a water train marker, Man-Thing square. Okay, neat. Pretty cool alternate picks here for the Spirit of Vengeance. I dig it. Actually, it's kind of cool. Shouting out a few other tournaments. And guys, feel free to interrupt if you see something cool. That's neat.
Oh, yeah.
There were a ton on the night.
I just like to hear Johnny's impression on the other person's Spirit of Vengeance. As, he was in on it too, so, right?
The pilots right now, I'm loving the pilot characters, but I think they're kind of running rampant. Spirit of Vengeance with the place, just dropping the Thanos and the Beholder. I'm not sure I'm enjoying it, but
Beholder is such an insane tempo play.
Just ending your turn, I think it's the control you have with it is wild.
Yeah. Dude, absolutely.
Thankfully, right? They at least made it where you can't have 4 beholders now. So I think everybody's happy about that.
I saw that change. I don't even think it really disrupts it too much. Because the way you play him, how many turns do you really need with Spirit of Vengeance? You're kind of wiping their team with your last 4 clicks, really. I think he's still a little too overtuned with what he can do.
That's very fair. Just because of the choices, you mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's going to be more coming out, probably.
Oh, there always will be, right? They're good.
Right.
He's got a lot of keywords. So he's just
I've not looked at Lantern Legacy to see if there's actually anything in there that might be good either. So
kind of curious. It's a lot of those like stop click effects that usually you'd have to pay and then wait and see them get whittled down before they become a thing. And instead it's it just happens right as soon as it's revealed, which is when that figure is placed on the board from the dude dying or his character coming out. Right. I don't think inherently there's anything busted about him at all. Right. Really, there isn't. It's just the fact that the pilots, nothing is really being balanced around him. They're just being made like normal figures. So then it's oh, well, this thing had a Bizarro dial or something that I just get right away, like that Thanos. Awesome. Or not necessarily right away, but it's oh, dang, this dude just has all these powers. He's insanely hard to hit.
Yeah, you get all the powers.
Completely wiped.
So it is just pretty nuts. So yeah, we're going to shout out Gear Gaming over here in Alabama, Birmingham, Alabama. They got Colossus Prime. Shout out Samuel97, Colossus Prime with Destroyer, Juggernauts with Crimson Gem, Kevin with Avatar of Tauret, Black Panther, Longsword, Prodegaton, Bloodstone, and Timebreaker. Outside of that, we got Champion Clicks in Willow Grove. Wow. Shout out to PA. Shout out to Pennsylvanians over here.
Shocking
22
winner.
People. Pretty cool. I know. Dude, incredibly shocking. We had Isaac Arnold Berkovitz he's playing Gobbledygook. He went 7-0. Cap Mjolnir, Gladiator, Captain America Mjolnir, Butterfly, Aquanix. Whoa, Avatar of Khonshu. That's pretty cool. Kong at 50, Elsa Bloodstone with the Bloodstone copycats. And I shouldn't say it's what I was playing, but I was like, yeah, dude, I'll give Elsa Bloodstone instead of Trick Arrows. Copycat at 15, Daredevil with the Destroyer armor for free, a Daredevil that's totally unequipped, and then a Timebreaker. Unthemed team. Nice. I do love seeing more of this Mjolnir Captain, or not Mjolnir Captain America, but Gladiator Captain America being played with Mjolnir. Always happy to see that. Good piece, strong pieces in a lot of these winnings. There was a Champion Clicks event here in Lansing, Michigan. Bill, would you happen to know anything about the 22 players that played in the Champion Clicks event in Lansing, Michigan? That's where you're from, Michigan, right, Bill?
My fellow Michiganders, yeah.
Fellow Michiganders, huh? Okay. Man, it's such a shame. I'm not seeing your.
Don't say Michiganians.
I'm not seeing your name here. Not seeing your name here on this list, Bill.
Calder, I didn't want to go there and just run amok. I've decided I was going to be a nice guy. Like, who's this guy? George Masu? I never even heard of this guy, but I'm sure if I showed up, he'd get stomped out, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, never heard of her, dude.
George Masu?
I don't know who she is.
It's like, I was like, whatever. George Masu, whatever. This is the caliber of player, right? Nah, I'm not going to even bother with that.
I love that his team is just called Michigan 8925. Just the state and that day's date. All business with George Masu.
Mm-hmm, yep.
Alex Esquivel just having his team be named Modern.
Also factually
hilarious. Accurate. Yeah.
Also, Jacob A. Bishop, his team is factually accurate as well.
Bam Beetlejuice Riot. And then, but yet he plays Spirit of Vengeance. Spirit of Vengeance with the motorcycle, Colossus the Destroyer, Kevin, and the Phoenix is his team with Evil Entwinements, Chthon, Metallo. Metallo is a wild pick. What is Metallo's thing here?
Oh, I love Metallo as a pilot choice because he pops out and he actually gets to do a pulse wave and it adds damage depending on how many action tokens your opponent has. So you can just pop him out and do a pulse wave, and you could do a 3 damage pulse wave to your opponent.
Okay, this is a pop out on your turn. Definitely not a pop out on your opponent's turn. Not at all.
Right.
This guy having no beholders, crazy. I feel like, I'm impressed that he won too, because I just feel like beholder should be an auto pick. Besides that, he's got the usual suspects: Thanos, Ultimate Hulk, Wolverine. That just blows my mind. I guess if he's going like really hardcore and he's like, boom, hit you with Metallo, boom, hit you with Wolverine. These are all people you want to pop out on your turn.
I believe Jacob. I'm gonna add the A too because there are 2 Jacob Bishops. He also has played this at another event too. I think he stands. I think he ships Metallo as a sideline choice.
I see.
Okay. This is his stamp, on
Metallo's
Spirit of Vengeance Red Hulk. He's just like, I'm gonna plant my flag here, and Metallo is like how I'm gonna be the unique player.
I like that. Obviously.
Check out the old Champion Clicks Tropical Regional here in Vegas. 23 people. Standings. If I don't see a certain name at the top, I'm gonna be so mad. Oh wow, Emilio Gutierrez winning. That's pretty cool. Nicholas Madison coming in 3rd. Lantern Legacy should not be legal for Worlds is the name of his team, which is really funny. And then Wes Betts Chart came in 2nd. But Emilio playing Silver Linings, Darkhold. He's got Dr. Doom with the Trick Arrows, the Darkhold Chase Dr. Doom. Ghost Rider 070, 048, with Bucky's Arm. He's got Arrow with Avatar Turret. Druid with the Bloodstone. I was messing around with playing Druid. I think he's really cool. So I really like the idea of him giving Druid like Dr. Doom or somebody.
That's one where you roll a die and he does something fun, correct? His bag of tricks.
Yeah, but no one's doing that. Everybody's playing him at 30, where he just hands out Pensai and then improve targeting, destroys blocking terrain, and shoots through it. No one's playing the wrong pocket. Roll a d6 for 50 points. I think everybody's using him at his like much better lower line for like stealth, barrier, perplex. All that jazz. He's got Madam Web with Avatar of Conscience. Wow, she's a herald. What?
Still going?
What? Absolutely. And then Daredevil Deity with Destroyer, which is pretty cool. So the extra sideline, I think, is also a huge thing with Dr. Doom. Just getting Diabolical Bargain, Evil Entwinement, and Occult Retribution, not only for free, but in addition to your regular sideline, which is really good. Paying for the flamethrower, too. That's actually like hilarious. During your turn, deal 2 damage to all opposing characters in or adjacent to flamethrower squares. Who can move this?
I mean,
who moves this?
A former world runner-up does bring up a very valid point. Should Lantern Legacy be legal for Worlds?
I would lean toward no, because I would like to see it get 2 Worlds. That's what I would like. Purely for rotation.
I feel the same. That it
agree too.
If they're gonna go with the, it gets 2 Worlds and it gets rotated, then I would prefer if it's just the team sealed set and then it gets 2 Worlds after that. But I feel like that's kind of the majority opinion. Unless they're going to start making exceptions, then that'd be cool too. Or we could play it in. Well, not me, obviously. Come on.
I think making exceptions is just a dangerous precedent.
I agree. I would actually don't want them to do that. I think it should just be. You get 2 Worlds, and
because
then you just say this one's not going to be in the actual Worlds except for a team sealed, which doesn't count.
Because I believe someone said online, like, I got an idea, guys. How about we say it's legal for this Worlds, and then it's also legal for all these years or whatever. And I'm like, what? Just because it's cool? A game company can't just be like, this set is so sick, we'll just make a ton of exceptions for it. Because then it's like, are you then saying every set after that is just not as cool? Like, if you choose to rotate it early or don't let it be legal?
One figure be made is really cool, so we're gonna give that like an extra 2 years. Like, no, you can't. It's just there has to be set rules.
I feel like it's dangerous. Yeah, so I feel like
iconics are really cool, so they get to stay for however
forever.
They are like 3 years. Forever, right, we are going for a long time on iconics.
Well, we don't know yet. We're gonna find out.
We will. We will find out. We will.
Are they immortal? Or are they?
That would be insane. They should definitely not be immortal. I don't think any game element should be. Galactus was close. Galactus is probably as close to an immortal game element we ever got, because he was legal for 4 years and then instantly got a legacy card.
You'll never hear me be angry about them legacy carding Galactus over and over again, because that thing cost $100 for a single figure. So, I mean,
true.
It's not the worst thing in the world that it got a legacy card. For all of us that paid $100 to get it, he's super cool. He was worth $100, but kind of still like that. If I really want to, I can play him.
That is fair. That is fair. So now it's like, okay, if things just cost a lot, are they legal forever?
They want to release another $100 figure, then they can keep legacy carding that figure over and over again.
It can be legal forever, is what Bill just said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to shout out the event in Redmond. They shout out the event in Redmond here. They had 14 players. Brian Dormeyer won with Collector Ham, as he calls it. Play the Collector at 200, Bucky's Arm, Crimson Gem, and Glider on Collector. Those are pretty unique Collector items. And then Spider Ham with the Destroyer armor. This team sounds like a pain. I hate Spider Ham. He might be one of my least favorite figures in Modern to play against right now. Spider Ham Prime, yeah.
Yeah. That's just brutal. It completely counters certain teams.
Yeah, it messes me up really bad, because I would like to have Flash, Wally West, near Spider-Ham to get rid of his super senses. However, if he's near him, I then cannot shoot him with Captain America. So yeah, Spider-Ham is a really tough character for my Kooky Cap team to have to play against. So congrats on the win there. And then Sci-Fi Factory with 18 players. The winner, shout out Matt Donham, playing Doom Easium, which I assume has Colosseum Cap. It does. It is Colossus with the Glider.
Whoa.
Huh? Bro, paying 15 points, putting the Glider on Colossus?
Makes him a flyer, I guess.
I would much rather make him a giant. Gives him an 8 square reach, but so does the being a giant. Gives him about the same, improved, whatever. But then no +2 defense. I don't know, Matt. Did we just did we not find our destroyer? I'm curious. Yeah, no willpower or no big guy willpower. Did we just not find our destroyer, Matt? Is that all it was? Either way, you won. So good team.
Maybe
Congrats.
he's doing it as a conscientious objector, right? He's just like, no, this destroyer armor too powerful. I'm not going to play it. I want to let everyone know.
I think he couldn't find it in his curve Smash and Destroy. I think he was like day of tournament. He had his team made, clearly had destroyer armor on it, and then he was like, dude, I can't find it anywhere. Where'd it go? That's what I think happened.
Darn.
Yeah. Can't find it.
So expensive. Figure's so expensive. I can't buy it. So I guess I just
exactly. Destroyer armor is so expensive. Colossus Glider, Doctor Doom with the Serpent Crown for some mind control. That's kind of cool. Captain America Smash and Destroy with Mjolnir. Black Panther, Chair Panther with Avatar of a Tomb. What does Adam give him? Ooh, that character just deals penetrating damage, has a minimum range of 6. Characters for empowering the Sun King is KO. You may immediately generate Adam. Is that it? Black Panther just has a minimum range 6 and deals pen. Interesting. And then he also has Predagon with Ares, Adam, Beetlejuice, Midnight Angel. Interesting. Mimic and Zeus on the sideline. That's crazy. I assume because Doctor Doom's got Energy Explosion. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Very unique kind of build. I like it. It's pretty cool.
That one too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of sick. All right. Shout out Matt Donham. Baller. Paris Gordon coming in 4th. His team is called Daredevils. I just got to see what it is. That's hilarious. You're going to love this team, Bill. Paris Gordon's 4th place team is Kingpin, Prime.
Yep.
Freya with Destroyer Armor. Black Panther with the Longsword. Loki at 30 points. The Chase. Predagon. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Daredevils.
Calder, I can already see why he didn't win this tournament. He was so close.
He was so close.
One more Daredevil.
Okay.
He wins the whole thing.
Dude,
one more Daredevil.
Daredevil, Bloodstone, Daredevil, Crimson Gem.
If we had the ability to get him on the phone, I'm sure he'd say, you know what, Bill? You're right. If I had one more Daredevil, I win the whole thing.
It's just so funny, dude. Oh my gosh. Daredevil, Bucky's Arm, Daredevil, Stormbreaker, Daredevil, Trick Arrow, Timebreaker, Lucas PJ Scott. He's paying for Fortify. I assume to keep Kingpin alive.
He also paid for Lucas PJ Scott. No one should ever do that.
Yeah, I agree, dude. I agree.
I mean, I'm not talking about the paw.
Mind Gem for free, though, is huge. But should he have just paid for Mind Gem, not played Loki? I genuinely don't know if I really like playing this Loki at 30 points. I really don't know if I like him, if I'm being honest. I know he gets an instant free 10 points, which is typically Mind Gem. But
he's
really
also he's the Beetlejuice thing, right? It's just you can just Beetlejuice forever.
Oh, that's right. I'm an idiot. I forgot. You can just Beetlejuice this guy forever. And that's why he exists. Never mind. I do like him for 30 points. That's great. That's actually pretty.
I think he can. Right. He could also put Chthon on him too, right? With no fear, like just like all right, you can just keep hitting me.
True.
Yeah. Chthon and Gaia or whatever her name is.
Okay. I'd take it back. I just didn't understand. This team is baller. This is probably my favorite team from the event. Sorry. I like Matt Donham's team a lot too, but dude, Paris.
Well, Matt Donham's team won, so he doesn't need to worry about that, right? But this team is like the coolest team because it's one Daredevil short of winning the entire thing.
True. Just needed one more Daredevil.
He won't make that mistake. Yep.
Although I will say,
have that many Daredevils. He can borrow one from me if he wants.
Derek Leclerc's team is called 1A, 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 and he's not playing a Lex Luthor. He's playing a Superman? You can't call this team 1A, 1A, 1A. If you're playing Superman on it, he's the one who's getting 1A'd, dude. Get out of here. I guess clone Superman is doing the 1A'ing, but this is not. This is normal starter Superman. I have an issue with your team, sir. I'm sorry. I will not apologize. This is just hilarious.
That Lex will get his ring finally. We're only a couple weeks away.
We have a fellow baller, Mark Wright. Love this guy. Playing standard Caps Kooky Avengers. This guy, who knew there was such a baller to exist? AKA somebody playing my team. I'm sorry that you didn't do very well, though, Mark Wright, and went 1 and 2. I do apologize. He was playing Cap with Mjolnir at 100 points. Caveman Wally with the longsword. Reverse Flash, Bucky's arm. Hawkeye Trick Arrows, Quicksilver, 25. Scarlet Witch with the bag of holding for Degaton Timebreaker.
That's your
Fortify
team
on the
right
sideline, Ares Mimic Treasure Chest. Baller. We love to see it. Shelf, stairs, school bus. Baller. Sick. That's dope. Glad you're playing it, Mark. Thank you for playing that team. That was sick. Sorry you didn't do very well. But that was like baller that you're playing that team. Heck yeah. We love seeing Cap's Kooky Quartet. Love it.
Mark,
Love
Mark,
it, love
I'd
it.
like to say something to you, Mark. I'd like to say you must have faced way more difficult competition than was in Nebraska because Calder went 2-2, and the only way you'd finish worse than 2-2 is that must have been some real
I'd
tough
say
competition. Sorry, my bro.
His team's pretty good. The only thing is map. I think you're only held back by map choice with the Kooky Quartet. Because if you don't get the map, you're kind of screwed on. You
can overreach with Cap. There's like a lot of tough stuff.
Right.
That's just brutal.
He had the Tangle as one of his maps. So like I'm assuming he wanted to go Tangle.
It's just a mix of trying of when it's good to go for first and when it's good to choose map.
All right, so
that's
won
the
map.
Difficulty of it.
He won map 2 out of his 3 games. We obviously don't know what map he picked, but
you just have to, it's depending on how much they can get across to you. There's just sometimes you want to go first, and there's sometimes you want to choose map. In a perfect world, for literally only that team, you could do both. But only for that team. Otherwise, it's too good and it's broken. Outside of that, yeah. It's just tough. It can be brutal. But those were all the tropical regionals. Bill, how'd the ELO get shaken up post these trop reges that we chit-chatting about?
The ELO's getting pretty, I don't want to say set in stone, but we're getting close to the end of the year here.
Close to the end of the Heroclix year, correct?
Yeah, yes, I consider it's kind of like the fiscal year for companies, right? Where like at post Worlds, I consider that to be the end of the year for Heroclix because they rotate everything, so it's a completely new year. Isaac, shockingly, is holding his throne pretty easy here overall, and biggest mover overall 300 modern Lucas Van Hollen for winning Johnny, no offense, winning the event in Nebraska. He was pretty dominant in that, and it jumped him up a lot. Silver hasn't moved at all, of course, because no one's playing Silver right now. Although I am excited to see what people will play on Worlds, with Silver. The all-time ELO stayed basically the same. I mean, the good players just be winning. That apparently is what happens, right? When you track data
on the combined ELO, who went down and who went up, Bill? On the combined, I
can tell you that if you want.
I would love to hear you say it.
Shout out Nick Madison for going up one place in I guess shout out Jalen Major for going down one place.
There we go. Jalen Major went down a spot on the ELO.
I believe
he thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
I believe
that's right. Jalen Major is sorry, go ahead.
From Ohio, so bleep Ohio, I guess is what I would say about that. Like as a Michigander, we're not the world's biggest Ohio fans. I have no problem with Jalen Major personally. Never spoken to him. I'm sure he's a very nice fan. But Jalen Major, I guess, how's it taste? And if you're listening,
does it taste like milk duds?
Oh,
there it is.
Does it taste like the delicious waters of the Great Lakes?
Love it.
What can I say? Michigan forever.
Yeah. Take it from somebody who's in 478th place. How's it feel to be all the way down in 8th place, Jalen?
That is true.
And thank you so much, Bill, for talking about the ELO and getting everything squared away. I always love seeing how it changes. Always good seeing an update, especially when there were just so many tournaments that everybody and their mom was playing the 8th and the 9th. Man, we had a ton of Heroclix tournaments going on.
There a lot of tournaments. I love being able to add some of the people in from Australia and the Philippines, too. That's really cool. So we've got more international players that are added onto the spreadsheet. That's really awesome.
That is really sick. Well, guys, this is going to bring our podcast to a close. Bill, really quickly, any shout outs that you want to do? And Johnny, get ready on deck with some shout outs too, because you're coming next, brother.
Yeah.
I got to give a shout out to, who was it who played all the Daredevils? Was it Paris Gordon? Yeah,
Shout out Paris Gordon. Old PG.
Who played Paris Gordon, shout out, a legend for sure. And shout out for him playing a great team that just had one too few Daredevils. Otherwise, he wins the whole thing. Shout out Paris Gordon.
I'm shouting out Mark Wright, of course, for playing the kooky Avengers team. A lot of respect. I love to see it. It's got the more you play it, the more you'll kind of figure out its ebbs and flows. And maybe you actually ended up not liking it. That's okay. It's fine by me too. But I'm really glad that you repped it to a tournament. And I'm really happy to see that, man. That's awesome, bro. Johnny?
I got to shout out everybody that I played against this past Saturday. Lucas
Except
Van
Calder.
Hollen, Gabriel, except Calder. Yeah, no. Ethan
All right.
Jacobs, Lucas Van Hollen, Jackson, Gabriel. You guys were all awesome. And then, of course, got to shout out the Dragon's Lair and the Krypton crew.
Absolutely. Shout out Dragon's Lair for letting us host the event there. We've been doing a lot of fun events with those guys. They're always a blast to work with and everything. So always having a great time. But guys, that is the end of the show. Like always, you can support Dial H by going to patreon.com/Dial H podcast, tossing us a few dollary dues there if you like everything we do on the YouTube channel, on the podcast, all these things. Your support goes a long way. And if you want to go to coolstuffing.com, you can find cool stuff in stock every day, including all the latest Heroclix singles and seal products. Make sure you check them out at coolstuffinc.com. Use code DIAL5, DIAL5, 5% off your cool stuffing order. And you go to shop.wizkids.com. Use code DIALH10 for 10% off your Heroclix order over there. Not usable certain promos, pre-orders, or iconics. I have been your host, Kalder and Ian. This was episode 572. And like always, happy trails.